Hey guys, Jehuty here with another character changelog video for Season 4. Today we're tackling Claudio Serafino. First up we have forward 1+2, his new move. It comes out at 17 frames, does 23 damage. It's a mid that also wall splats, as you can see. And to top it off, it's also safe on block at -8. Effectively it's not Claudio's turn anymore, but nonetheless it is still safe at -8. His second new move is his new While Rising extension, While Rising 1-2, does a combined damage of 24, is a mid string, and leaves Claudio at +4 on successfully hitting. And on block, it's also safe at -9, so it's not Claudio's turn anymore, but it's still safe. And he has the same move out of Starburst, but it's a bit different. This time it does 35 damage and gives a complete knockdown. And yeah, Claudio can then continue his pressure. And then on block, this move leaves Claudio at a whopping +8 when he executes it out of Starburst. So that's definitely a very great addition for Claudio. So that about does it for all the new moves. Now in chronological order, let's tackle the rest of the changes. First up is his generic 2. And what's happened here is they've increased the lower range of the attack. It's a high, but maybe a couple of mids were even going underneath it, so that shouldn't be the case anymore. Consistency, as it is with Season 4. And then they've also decreased the distance between the character and the opponent when the move hits. So now, upon successfully hitting, the opponent will now be closer to Claudio, so he can continue his pressure game since he's at +3. Now we have everybody's favorite 4-3, the high string. And what's happened here is, first up, the first hit by itself. It's received a damage buff. It used to be 15 damage, and now it does 17 damage, so that's a buff right there. And they've also buffed the frames on the second hit, so change the frame advantage when the move is blocked from -5 to 0 frames, so that's neutral. So that's a buff as well for the second hit, and then they've also decreased the distance between the character and the opponent when the move is blocked. So I don't really know if this is a buff or a nerf. I just think it's just a change because after all he is neutral. So yeah, you have that as a change for that move as well. And then the second hit by itself, which is executed with forward 3, and the changes also carry over here. So when blocked is no longer -5, it's now neutral at 0. And then of course decrease the distance between the character and the opponent when the move is blocked, so the same changes carry over. Next move on the list is back 1, and what's happened here is change the opponent's behavior when the move hits in midair after sending the opponent spinning. So as you see here, after successful spin attack, a screw attack, the opponent will just spin. Before that, it would actually just fly back regularly after that. I don't know why this change was done, but I just assume that it just looks more natural because he hits them, so they should actually spin, but I don't think this is going to change much. Next up is up forward 2. So what's changed here is that they've changed the startup. It used to always be 25 frames, but now it's 25 to 26 frames, so that's going to be based on how close Claudio is to his opponent. And yeah, that change also then carries over to his jump status, right? His jump status used to be between 9 and 24 frames, and now it's 9 to 25 frames, of course based on the distance. And then a further change to this is that it's now safer on block. It used to be just about safe at -9, it's now -3, so that's a considerable buff. Next up is forward 2, so just forward 2 by itself, not with the extensions, just forward 2. And what's happened here is that they've increased the range of the attack, so now it should hit from further away, so that's a nice little buff. And then Claudio can also execute this move out of crouch by doing a full crouch down forward 2. And of course the changes also apply to that. So the last two changes pertain to Starburst strings. So the first one is during Starburst down to 2, which you're seeing here. And change the damage from 15 to 17 damage. So they're talking about the second hit, so combined that gives you 28 damage, and that's a nice little buff over there for Claudio for this move. And then of course the last move, the other Starburst string, is during Starburst back 4-3-2. And what's happened here, of course, is the last hit again. Change the damage from 35 to 38, but what you must also keep in mind that it's not a natural string, So the first two moves by themselves do 24 damage, and then the last one, if it connects, does 38. So that about covers all of Claudio's Season 4 changes. Thank you for watching the video till to the end. And yeah, of course, if you liked it, leave a like. I appreciate feedback in the comment section, and then consider subscribing because that helps me out the most, and there's more content on the Jehuty Gaming channel and more coming. And this is your boy Jehuty, and I'll see you on the next one.